When I was a child, we took a vacation to Los Angeles and saw them film Knight Rider. I got to meet David Hasselhoff and see the actual picture cars being used for production. It had a long-lasting effect on me. What I had witnessed in those vehicles I wished to replicate. In high school, I drove my mother's 1974 Chevy Vega GT. I turned it into Knight Rider. I painted it black with a nice black urethane paint job. And I created a custom digital dashboard, my homage to Knight Rider. The next iteration of Knight Rider in the Vega was a custom dashboard that I made, still using the Digitar gauges, but I created a three-dimensional wraparound dashboard that had a speaking speedometer. Then the third dashboard in the Vega featured a Knight Rider voice box in the center. I found some really nice Can-Am IMSA fiberglass fenders, which I grafted onto it shortly before it got totaled. Someone ran a light downtown and smashed into the door, bending the unibody frame and ruining the car forever. Within a year of the fatal collision, we purchased this 1985 Z-28. 1989. One of the first modifications I made to the Z-28 was the addition of GTS smoked acrylic headlight covers. Made it more aerodynamic, low, lean, and sinister looking. My friend sold me his Kia 14-inch wheels in exchange for some money and the Z-28 wheels that were on my Z. So the lower tires actually lowered the car further down, enhancing its ability to corner. And the next modification I made was taking it to the painter to Miracle and having the lower ground effects painted black. So the entire car now was black. It looked sharp with those Kia wheels. Around 95, I passed a very slow-moving vehicle and he turned into my fender, gouging the sheet metal and damaging the fender. But instead of being upset by the damage, I looked at it as an opportunity to express myself, and I created the Night Warrior fender and wrote a screenplay about it. Made the vehicle a hydrogen-powered supercar with a crime-fighting young man. The film begins with a big smoky burnout roasting those little 14-inch Kia rims. Finally invested in some Ultra wheels, and those looked sharp. They were smooth, polished aluminum. In 2003, the LG4 was nearing 210,000 miles, so I thought it was time to freshen it. The engine was removed, rebuilt, bored 30 over. It's now a 311 V8. 2004, the engine was fresh, rebuilt, and now sporting tubular SLP 1 3/4 headers. Here I am testing the tuning of the header. I'm test fitting it on my sides. Longing for more power. In 2005, I strapped on a YN supercharger, and it added a snow boost cooler to cool the supercharged mixture with methanol and water. Here's the supercharger sitting on the recycling bin. To deal with all those spent gases, we installed a 3-inch exhaust system from Flowmaster. After the rebuild, I gave serious thought to the dashboard situation. I'd always had a little small television mounted beneath the air conditioning vent, and at one point I had Cyberdyne gauges illuminating the main gauges. But after the rebuild, I created my own fiberglass dashboard. I sculpted it out of foam and plywood and fiberglassed over it. I hired Christian Forget of Jupiter Electronics in Canada to custom craft me a set of his K200 digital gauges. He made them a little smaller than the usual set, with some custom color changes in the bar graph displays. In 2005, I noticed the carpet was getting a bit soiled and tattered, so I ordered an auto custom carpet and removed the old tattered carpet, cleaned the floor pan, and installed Dynamat foil-lined asphalt soundproofing. In the junkyard there was a nice 84 Trans Am with rear disc brakes, so I purchased the rear end, had it rebuilt with the 373 rear gear. The first time I hopped on the freeway I realized the mistake I had made. 373 was too tall of a gear. So the rear end was recalibrated with new gears, and now runs 342 rear gears. TA Performance Differential Cover strengthens the rear gears. But I found the red pull-up switch that it was used in the Interceptor from Mad Max, and added it to the vehicle to activate the methanol and water injection system from Snow Performance. The methanol injection system enhances the octane of premium fuel, turning 92 into 116. In 2014, I discovered a nice set of deluxe Camaro seats in an F-body at the scrapyard. They were blue, and they were worn. So I took them home, disassembled them, painted the frames, removed rust and entropy, and ordered a set of new foam and new seat covers, changing the color to a sandstone camel tan. The supercharger created hood clearance problems. My scoop was not tall enough, so I had to open it up and add a street scoop to induct more air into the supercharger. General Motors Copo division created a custom electronic control module to deal with the added boost, recalibrating the computer to deal with confusing manifold pressure signals. J.C. Whitney used to sell overhead consoles made of ABS plastic, so I added one to the vehicle and housed a police scanner, a radar detector, and overhead lighting. To deal with the increased demand of the electronics of this dashboard and all the lighting that I had added, I had to add a Power Master chrome high amp alternator to the engine to feed all those hungry accessories. I came upon a junction box, and it reminded me of the flux capacitor, so I built one and installed it where the back seat was. Here I am bonding a Cobra scoop atop of my fiberglass scoop to help cover the factory air cleaner. CHP had pulled me over from my chrome air scoop and informed me I must run my factory air cleaner to be smog legal. To deal with this, I created this Cobra scoop melding onto my custom scoop.